Good evening, everyone, or good day, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking with Simon Valentine. He is the candidate for Vice President of Maintenance of Way. He's a track worker, and this should be a great discussion about just the direction that track needs to go in, why Mr. Valentine has decided to step up and run for the VP of Maintenance of Way. So, with that being said, hi, Simon, how are you?
Hi, Evangeline.
So let's just get started on this conversation and just start talking about MOW. So introduce yourself to everybody. Why did you decide to run for VP of MOW?
Okay, again, my name is Simon Valentine. I have 28 years of experience in the track department in various capacities. My primary reason for getting involved in your campaign is to make sure you get elected as the first woman head president of TWU. It's very important.
Thank
Um,
you.
Secondly, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot to pass on, and it would be remiss of me to leave and not bring up a lot of the young people who are going to be the future of this union and this department. So I'm offering all my wealth of knowledge and experience to be made available not only to you, to this slate, but to any young person who wants to excel and is about excellence.
Okay. So we've been going around campaigning, introducing you to people and just getting a feel of the department, of the needs, the issues in the department. Talk about some of the issues that you have heard or that you want to work on once you are the vice president of the department.
Right, Evangeline. We've gone around to quite a few facilities. We've talked to dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of people. And my assessment of the things that this union needs to address itself to benefit its members in maintenance away. Number one is safety. As maintenance away members, we are most often on the track in perilous situations, and there have been some major safety shortcomings by this company, by
Hmm.
MTA, New York City Transit, and has resulted in fatalities and major injuries.
Hmm.
So my focus is going to be on safety factors. Firstly, we need to know what happened. We have not yet got a full accounting of the last few incidences that have occurred.
Hmm.
Um, and with that will be an analysis of what safety shortcomings exist and how we can prevent them or any future occurrences of safety shortfalls. So safety is the number one priority for maintenance away on track personnel and all departments that deal with safety issues. Um,
Okay.
Also, as you know, we've had a great retrenchment in employee and union benefits. The prior administrations have given back consistently. We are far outpaced by the other railroads and industry as a whole in our benefits, in our pay, and just in respect for the job that we have to do day in and day out. So
Hmm.
that I know that's been a priority of yours, and I'm on board with that. And I'm going to bring that to maintenance away as a major issue that we need to have addressed. Is that we've been giving back, giving back. When is it going to be time for us
Hmm.
to make advancements? Um,
Right. So before you go along, I want to segue into there because in the departments that we've gone into where because a part of being, becoming the president of this union, I am tasked with really understanding what it is you, the members, want, right? What are you experiencing in your day to day operations? be it dealing with grievance and discipline, safety issues, some of the things that we hear is that, the union reps are missing, no one's answering your phone calls, IODs and injury on duties are going unreported, assaults are happening, different things are happening in the department, trying to do away with your seniority, trying to get you to change your tour after you've already picked, trying to give up all of our gains and just sort of acquiesce to management. And so in our, moving around the system and hearing what it is that you've been dealing with, um, it's a very serious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Labor is something that is not to be played with, right? If you look at what's happening right now, and when you hear about the direction of which way the nation is going, in every segment, they're trying to take away the gains of employees, right? Be it our healthcare, social security, etc. And the labor movement has always been a place where labor was protected. And we have to get back to being a fighting union. Right now, we're not a fighting union. We are a company union. And it is my commitment to the members of this union that we will be returning to being a fighting union. And so, with Mr. Valentine as our VP for maintenance of way, and I will working together to ensure that happens. It's not just about going toe to toe with management, but it's also about educating you all so that you know what is supposed to be happening so that you can help to assist your VP while he's trying to move the department forward because it's going to be a heavy lift. You all have been basically abandoned, and we just want to make sure that we restore the dignity and respect to the department and that MOW once again becomes the force that it was. So, Simon, talk about that. Talk about how are you going to deal with management, the excessive discipline, and how they've been dealing with people. I'm going to give you an example. Remember, we were out and we were talking to one of the workers who were part of the 135th Street explosion that was covered up, and instead of them dealing with the issues of what happened, just took the guys out of service and just really no disregard, no regard for their health and safety, but just immediately took them down for discipline. What do you have to say about that? How safety has been handling and just that incident alone?
Well, yeah, just in that incident alone, there was this tremendous void and vacuum of
Hmm.
union representation. Nobody
Hmm.
was there to defend them. Nobody was there to advise them and to confront management about the issues. We've lost our advocacy. We've lost
Hmm.
the adversarial process because the union, current administration, is in management's pocket. So whatever management needs to do, the union is absent. And we should have been there. Our union should have been there to protect those employees, to advise them of their rights, and to nurture them through the disciplinary process so that they were
Hmm.
protected. That was woefully absent.
Well, one of the issues were also, this is why we say that we have a company union. It was the union rep that was basically serving the members up to management, right? And that's the biggest issue. The issue is that we no longer are a union that understands that members are first and that our first responsibility and duty is to the membership. And the union rep, from what we were told, was so busy trying to get accolades and a rub on the head from management that he forgot that he was there to represent, those workers, those employees. Thank God the senior man that was there was able to step in and help them to understand and be advised of their rights. But that's the thing, right? You have a person at work, advising someone of their rights, but we no longer have shop stewards in full force. We no longer have an educational system in place for the newer employees who are coming on who know how to deal in these situations and environments. And they're the ones taken advantage of. It's often said to me, well, people got to learn the job themselves. They got to read, they got to read the rule book and they got to do all these things. And I'm like, yes, they do, right? That's a part of it. But the bigger part is on the union side, it's our job to radicalize and educate those that are coming on the job. We now are in a turnover, right? Things are turning over. We're leaving that era of the Roger Toussaints and, the people who understood labor and what that was about. We now have this generation coming in who have no idea what a union is, right? A lot of people don't know. They just don't know. It's not something that's taught in school. It's not a discussion. All they know is that they're part of a union and have a job. But when they meet the union, is what we give them that help them to understand why we have to defend, right? Or we're going to continue to not have adequate pay raises. We're going to continue to lose our benefits. This president that we're currently under, Richard Davis, is a disgrace. He has given back so much and fights for nothing that the job is almost nothing. We have no more contractual gains to lose. So it's very important that, we really focus in on the department and restore it to its glory day when management knew that they just couldn't come and do whatever it is they want, right? And so every Tuesday we do shop steward training from 4 to 7 p.m. To help the members to get the information because the union is no longer educating the members because they're fighting to stay in power and we're trying to move it ahead. So Simon, I want you to talk to uh, the newer people that are coming on the job about some of the things that they should look out for and they should know.
Well, they should become acclimated and familiarize themselves with the processes.
Hmm.
It's a shame that the current union is not out there when the members are confronted with something as simple as being ordered to write a letter. They the members don't know what to do, especially the younger guys, and they're not sure if they should comply. They reach out to their union reps and they don't answer the phone.
Are you talking about when they're asked to write a G2?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Right. An incident occurs on the job site, um, and management supervisor says, "Give me a G2 on that incident." Well, you have certain rights and protections. A lot of the young guys don't know this. A lot of the new employees, they're not familiar with that process because the union is absent and they haven't been informing them of their rights, and they're absent when that member needs advice.
Right. And so, and we've been moving through the different departments. We've been in PD, structure, signals, track, right? So we've been moving throughout MOW. And in each department, there are different issues, but everybody is talking about the same thing, the give back of the benefits. When are we getting hazard pay? When are we going to get better raises? What do you say to your department about that?
Well, I want the members in my department to become involved.
Hmm.
We are nothing without the members' involvement, without their input, and without their participation. We have
Hmm.
open spots on our slates right now, and I employ anybody who wants to learn and wants to become involved. Reach out to the president, soon to be Evangeline Byers, and
Hmm.
let's get involved. Let's participate in the process. It benefits you and your families.
Right. Some of the things, the new conversation, as you know, we have the first woman running for president of the United States now, Kamala Harris. And one of the discussions that are online right now is that everyone is saying, the goal is to get rid of Trump, right? To make sure he's not elected. I want this department to understand, and that they had, and that another thing that's being discussed is people understanding the assignment, right? You have to understand the assignment. The assignment is to get rid of Davis, right? You have to be very concerned about who your president is going to be. It's time to get rid of these people who put us in this position. I thank you, Simon, for stepping up to run because one of the conversations that we've been having as we've been building the team is who is going to be here to help to usher the new generation in of union reps. What is that going to look like? right? And who's gonna to be able to teach them, right? Because I can't do everything, you know. So who's gonna be able to help instruct and pour in and give the guidance and the education to these young people? They have to learn how to file grievances. They have to understand how to protect their overtime. What is overtime? How to put in for their overtime? You know, why give backs and how do we get to the place that we're in and that we don't give back, right? We defend our contract to the very end, that this is our livelihood. Right now, this union, we are the first, this is going to be the first tier 6, to retire in poverty. And so, for those of you who are transitioning out, we want you to stay involved, stay active. Don't look at it as I'm counting down, I'm out of here. Remember, when you leave and your benefits are still here with us, right? And under this current administration, they have said in court, while we're fighting to get back the retiree medical benefits, that they have no obligations to retirees. So the fight is not over for you. You're not just riding into the sunset. We need you all to stay and fight. Be engaged, be interested, and understand that we need you to be engaged in this process.
Yeah.
Don't sit this one out. This is not one to sit out. You have to continue to fight all the way through. When we turn, when we are elected in and we come into office, we are going to solve these issues, right? I'm already doing the work. Simon is already doing the work. And so I want you all to just be vigilant, right? Not just sit back and be spectators, but be very involved in what's happening. You know, a win for me is a win for you. It's not a situation where I become president. No, we become president. This becomes our union again. We take it over. And I always tell you all, an injury to one is an injury to all. If one of us is taken down, if one of us is injured, all of us are injured, right? So Simon has a myriad of experience in the department. Do you want to speak more to your experience, or are you good with where we are now?
Yeah. I did want to touch on the hazard pay and COVID pay.
Hmm.
That's very dear to the people of Maintenance Away because, again, we are on the track. We are on
Hmm.
scaffolds. We are on the elevated structure. We're in those tunnels. We're the ones who are most at danger of not being able to feed our families. God forbid an incident happen. And we feel we're not being respected. We feel that our hard work and our sacrifice is not being compensated properly. There
Right.
should have been hazard pay. There should have been COVID pay. That little mere pittance that they gave us, look at what they gave to other departments and other unions and
Hmm.
other city employees and workers. Um,
Hmm.
in track department in particular, our facilities, the conditions that we got to endure are horrendous.
Hmm.
A lot of the maintenance away facilities are just atrocious.
No, remember we went into elevator and escalator,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Look at their facilities.
They got vermin and roaches and all over
Hmm.
the place.
Right. We
A
we
lot of
even
the
tasked with. Remember, they asked us, well, if you're running, solve our rodent issue,
yeah,
right? So they immediately wanted to see if we would know how to tackle that.
right.
And you know, it's good to report that it's taken care of. The young man that's running for vice chair of the department, uh, Mr. Francois, he was able to under our guidance to figure out and get to the proper area to file the request for the
Mhm.
exterminators to come out. So they've taken care of their area. They've come out and started to treat the area for vermin. So throughout MOW, I just want you all to know that we've heard you. We've heard you in the signals department. We've heard you TEMs. We've heard you in line equipment signals. We've heard you in elevator, escalator. We've heard you in structure. So we've heard you in track. We've heard you throughout the system. We've heard you in power with all of the issues that are going on in your department. We've heard you, and we're going to continue to hear you. This election has not happened yet. Ballots go out November 16th. We're going to continue to be in the field and continue to gauge you and continue just to forge ahead and move forward as we take this presidency in this election.
I want everybody who sees this message to get involved, reach out, and let's get Evangeline Byers elected as president of TWU, and let's get me elected as vice president of Maintenance Away.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. We'll be back again. But I just wanted you all to hear from Simon, to hear from myself about that we're here, we're listening, and we're on a listening tour to understand what it is that you want in your department. Understand this is not an election that we have no more elections to lose. Last election, MOW sat it out, and I know why. You did not agree with who was running for president. You didn't agree with the administration. It was the same old, same old. Now you have fresh blood. You have new, energized leadership, people who are engaged and interested in your well-being. And so it's very important that you all lock in, that we continue to work together, that we stand strong, right? We have to. We're only going to accomplish this together. I just want you all to remember we are stronger together. Until next time, have a good evening.